Welcome to ABC Interactive English. I'm Matt.
And I am Nina.
And today we're going to look at part 2 of Be Careful in Your Life.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, so as I mentioned before, sometimes I'm not so careful. So the other day, I got home with my groceries. I'd just been to the supermarket, and I live on the 5th floor. So when I got in, I was hot. So I just took my shirt off because I don't have any roommates or I live by myself.
Yeah.
So I took my shirt off and then I started to cook my dinner. While I was cooking, some of the oil splashed out of the pan onto my stomach.
Oh no.
And burned me. So I wasn't being careful and I still have injuries here. I'm still hurt and I cried a little bit.
Yes, so it's actually so important to be careful. Otherwise you could be seriously hurt. Just like I was in a small scooter accident or scooter and car accident a while ago, and the driver, they were driving a car and they weren't careful when they decided to take a right turn after the traffic light turned green. But I was on their right and they didn't see me. So the car ran over a little bit of my foot and crushed my knee against my scooter.
Ouch.
So I had a really bad cut.
Ooh, it sounds terrible.
It was awful and I was in a rush to go home too. So I ended up having to go to the emergency room.
Oh no, okay,
Yeah.
well that sounds worse than my... And you probably didn't even cry too.
Yeah, I didn't. I was just very angry. But that's why it's so important to be careful. People can get hurt.
All right, so let's learn more about being careful in today's article.
Okay.
Fran also pays attention to everything around her. She watches out for strange people and situations. When she crosses the street, she watches out for dangerous cars.
Welcome back. We are looking at part 2 of Be Careful in Your Life.
Yes, so continuing with the story, Fran also pays attention to everything around her. She watches out for strange people and situations.
Okay, strange people and situations. Okay, and she needs to pay attention to her surroundings. So to pay attention means to watch or listen to or think about something carefully.
Yes.
So you're not looking at other things. You have your attention on one thing, or you're paying your attention, means giving your attention to something.
Yes, and you need to watch out, means to be really careful and pay attention because something dangerous might happen. Yeah, so an example would be, watch out for the slippery floor. You might slip and fall. So Fran is very careful. She watches out for strange situations or things that are happening, which reminds me of something that happened when I was younger. When my mother accidentally set the kitchen on fire.
Wow.
Yes, so she was cooking and then she had to rush to go to teach because she was an English teacher back then. And she forgot to switch off the fire on the stove. Yeah, so she was teaching and the neighbors noticed that smoke was coming from the top of the building.
Okay.
Yeah, so they told us and I ran upstairs and noticed that the kitchen was on fire and there was smoke everywhere. So I went and told my parents and people called 911. Luckily, no one got hurt, but that's a great example of how it's so important to be careful with situations like this.
That's right, and it's a good thing that your neighbor was paying attention to notice the strange situation.
Exactly.
So a situation is the things that are happening and the way they are happening at a certain time in a certain place. So in this case, the situation was strange in your house because there was smoke coming out of your home.
Yes.
So the neighbor saw this strange situation and did something about it.
Luckily, yes.
Let's continue with the story. When she crosses the street, she watches out for dangerous cars.
They could be driving really fast, right?
Yes. So dangerous cars are things you need to look out for, I think.
Yeah, for sure. So, cross is when you go from one side to another, just like earlier we mentioned crossing the road or crossing a river. An example would be, wait for the green light before you cross the street. It's important to cross safely. That's the first thing we learn when we start going out as kids, right?
Yes, we always learned to look left and right whenever you cross the street and to only cross at a crosswalk.
Yes.
Which is the stripes on the zebra stripes on the street where you should cross.
Yes.
Okay, otherwise it would be dangerous.
Yeah.
So dangerous is an adjective meaning able to or can easily cause harm or cause damage to something. So for example, leaving the stove on when you go out is very dangerous.
Very dangerous.
So that's
yes.
a dangerous situation because you can start a fire in your home.
Exactly. So we learn how else Fran is careful. She watches out for strange situations.
Strange
right?
situations and strange people, you said. And also, avoids dangerous things like dangerous cars on the road.
Okay, these are good things to learn. And we will learn more about what else Fran does after the break.
Third, Fran is careful with her money. She likes to shop on the internet. However, she only shops on safe websites. They won't try to steal her money. Fran wants to have a good life. She also wants to be safe. You can have those too. You just need to be careful in your life.
Welcome back. We've been learning about how Fran is careful, and the first way she's careful is she's careful with her words, so she doesn't say things that will hurt other people.
Yes.
And the second way is that she's careful with her actions, so she doesn't do things like lie or steal.
Yeah.
And just before the break, we learned that she also pays attention and looks out for strange situations and people, and is careful of the things around her, like dangerous cars when she's crossing the street.
Okay, let's learn more. Third, Fran is careful with her money. Okay, so aside from words, actions, also with her money. She likes to shop on the internet. So when you shop as a verb, it means you go to a store to buy things. But actually, nowadays you can also buy things online, so you don't have to go to a store. For example, we need to shop for groceries. Let's go to the supermarket and buy what we need.
Okay.
Speaking of that, I don't remember the last time I went to a supermarket.
Okay.
Because nowadays, you can order your groceries online and have it delivered to your house within 20 minutes.
Yeah, that is great. And I've tried that a few times.
Yeah.
But I still prefer to shop in the supermarket, at least for that kind of thing, because I find when I'm buying vegetables, I like to look through and find like the nicest looking and the biggest vegetables. But when I order from one of the food delivery services, they just pick the small ones or the first one they find.
Oh, yeah, that's true. So you don't
best.
really get the best one, right? Okay.
However, she only shops on safe websites. They won't try to steal her money.
Okay, so she's careful with where she shops online. Okay, so safe. What is safe?
So a safe website, we're talking about safe is an adjective which means protected from harm or danger.
Oh.
So protected from something bad happening.
I see.
So safe can mean you can go to a safe place to get away from danger. If there's a typhoon coming, you should try to find a safe place to stay.
Yeah.
In this case, it's a safe website, meaning that it's not dangerous, it's not going to do something bad like steal your money or your credit card number.
Okay, so a safe website. A website is like a place on the internet where you can find information or do things online, like shop, right? So for example, I found a great website with lots of recipes. I can learn how to cook new dishes from there. Okay.
It's a good website. So Fran wants to have a good life. She also wants to be safe.
Okay.
Who doesn't want to have a good life and be safe?
Okay, you can have those too. You just need to be careful in your life. Okay, so we have to learn to be just as careful as Fran,
So that's
right?
the secret. Yes, so do you think in your own life, are you as careful as Fran?
I think I am generally quite careful in most things, but I think everyone has to make mistakes at some point in their life to learn to be careful. Surely you've made some mistakes or gotten into accidents or said the wrong things that resulted badly.
Right, it's hard to know if you're, being careful enough all the time until you've done something wrong and realize, you might not know that you're using a new website to buy things, and it seems great, but you had no idea that it's actually stealing your money.
Yeah.
But you thought you were being careful because it looked safe.
Yeah,
looked nice.
I guess what you could do is do more research or find out more or just try to be as careful as possible to avoid these problems.
Do you think sometimes people can be too careful?
Yeah,
and then
I think
they'll
so.
miss out on certain experiences or opportunities.
Absolutely.
So it's important to find a balance, but also everyone should at least be a little careful in your life.
Yes. So don't forget to be careful, but also try to enjoy your life. And we will see you next time.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Fran also pays attention to everything around her. She watches out for strange people and situations. When she crosses the street, she watches out for dangerous cars. Third, Fran is careful with her money. She likes to shop on the internet. However, she only shops on safe websites. They won't try to steal her money. Fran wants to have a good life. She also wants to be safe. You can have those too. You just need to be careful in your life.
Hi, I'm Tina. 我们来看这一课的重点单字。第一个 cross 动词穿越越过。He crossed the river on a narrow bridge. 他穿过一座窄桥渡河。下一个单字 dangerous 形容词危险的。Climbing mountains alone can be dangerous. 独自登山可能是危险的。下一个单字 shop 动词购物。She went to the supermarket to shop for milk. 她去超市购买牛奶。最后一个单字 safe 形容词安全的。Keep your valuables in a safe place. 把你的贵重物品放在安全的地方。Valuables 指的是贵重物品。接着我们来看重点文法。第一个 ，pay attention to everything around her， 留心她周遭的一切。Pay attention 表示关心、注意，它的后面先接上 to， 再接受词。Around 是介系词，表示在、周围、附近的意思。我们来看看这个例句。Tom didn't pay attention to the warning signs here. Tom 没有注意到这里的警告标示。Warning 指的是警告。下一个文法 ，watch out for 加名词，注意、当心什么东西。我们来看看这个例句。Watch out for cars when crossing the street. 过马路时注意车辆。最后一个文法 ，on the internet 网路上。Internet 指的是网路，注意这里的 I 要大写，也可以说 on the net。我们来看看这个例句。
I wish I could find a boyfriend.
Why don't you try meeting somebody on the internet?
Never again. The last time I tried dating on the internet, the guy's picture was so handsome and he had a six-pack.
Okay, what's wrong with that? What happened?
Well, when we met up in person, he didn't look like his photo at all. He was bald and had a beer belly.
So he used a fake photo?
No, apparently his photo was from 20 years ago.
以上就是这一课的重点单词跟文法，我们下一课再见，拜拜。
Hi everyone, today we are taking you to Zhonghe, and that is located in New Taipei City. And we're going to the Riverside Park. Now, usually these riverside parks are used for flood control. But aside from the flood control, this is like a big area where you can enjoy the natural beauty of Taiwan. And there are many beautiful bicycle paths as well. So don't forget to pay a visit. Let's learn more about the Riverside Park.
There is a relaxing riverside park in the Zhonghe district of New Taipei City. Let us learn the functions of a riverside park and about the scenery along the way. Riverside parks are usually used for flood control. After a typhoon or heavy rain, the river floods. In order to solve the problem, the government developed some unused space and built dikes to reduce the threat posed by the surging river. Besides flood control, riverside parks also provide a green space for the public to relax. The government built bicycle paths to create a safe and comfortable cycling environment. You can admire the Riverside Gallery during your bike ride. Passing through this gallery is like entering a Chinese Western art museum. There are several famous paintings with modern elements. They are interesting and creative. This riverside park also has a rich ecology filled with many different animals and plants. Fish and insects attract flocks of birds searching for food. This is their ecological paradise, so we need to protect this place. We should not dump trash and destroy their living environment. At the end of the bike trip is the Crescent Bridge. There are viewing platforms for people to walk on. The light shows at night are beautiful. Neon lights light up the arched bridge, adding a wonderful visual feast to the Riverside Park. No wonder this is a popular photography spot in New Taipei City.
I hope you guys feel nice and relaxed after our trip to the Riverside Park. So don't forget to take lots of pictures next time you visit. And this is all the time we have for today. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.